Hello, this is Robert and Max. Max is going to do some metal detecting here at Whytecliff Park for the very first time. That's Max. That's me. The water looks a little murky, but it's caused by the sand being picked up every time we look for a specific find or target. When we move along, it tends to clear up, and then we'll try and hunt again. Max is filming me right now. Every time that little light's flashing, it's picking up a signal. It's also making a vibrating noise. Sometimes you can hear it if you listen very carefully. See, we found something here. What do you think that is? It is a tire. And there's a rim inside it. And that's why the metal detector picked it up. As you see, I sort of put one arm down. I'm neutrally buoyant, not dragging myself along the ground, but I do have to sort of stabilize myself. So I try not to damage the life on the floor, but with metal detecting you can't be 100%. You can see Max was clearing his mask there. I don't know if you saw the water go down. He was just blowing into his mask to clear it. It's one of the things you learn about scuba diving, how to do. It's a very important skill. That way if your mask falls off, you can clear it out. As you can see, every time I go for a hunt, boy, it really picks up a lot of stuff. I try to get down current from where the sand is being picked up, so it keeps my work area clear. That's Max. He's always turning the camera on himself and saying everything is okay. That's the okay signal. He's having a good time. I've picked up a signal right here, right now, and I'm trying to find what it is. There's a lot of old metal parts in this area. That's Max's dive computer. I don't know if you noticed it. It said 33 feet we're at. He has 26 minutes left to get to the surface. There it is, 26 minutes on the left. And there's me again, swimming along. As you see, I kind of keep my feet up. That way I don't hit the bottom. Max is still learning about his buoyancy control, so sometimes he drags his feet a little bit. But you learn after time how to stay off the bottom. There's Max's computer again. It's now at 49 feet. So he's rated to 60 feet maximum because he's a basic open water diver. I'm an advanced one, so I can go down to just a little over 100 feet. I don't go down there very often because you use a lot of air. And there's mine. It's saying 51 feet. That's the Apple Watch, one of the design for outdoor. There it is. He's got 19 minutes left. That was that number on the left. That number, and that's kind of cool, is that it actually calculates his air consumption by transmitter to the dive computer. So the dive computer knows how much air he's going through. Mine, I just have to look at my pressure gauge to have an idea. New divers tend to use a lot more air than normal. People who've dived for a long time, because we're a little more relaxed in the water. Here's Max looking at some starfish. There's a light on the camera, but you have to get close to an object for the light to really take over. There's Max putting his hand down to show a comparison of how big that starfish actually is. Clever way of doing it. I never thought of doing that. He'll put his hand in front of it to show you, oh, it's much bigger than his hand. That's an interesting one. We didn't film metal detecting all the time because it's kind of boring, but it kind of shows us basically what it's like. We're at what they call a safety stop right now for 17 minutes. When you get below 30 feet, when you're coming back up again, your dive computers tell you to stop for 3 minutes. That's to decompress. the nitrogen bubbles that have accumulated in your body from breathing air under pressure. We'll come back to that later on. You'll see some more decompression stops. Or one more, I should say. And that's Max. He's metal detecting. He's doing pretty good keeping up, but you can see his fins kind of hit the bottom every once in a while. And all that stir up is just me swimming around him, actually, to get the shot. But he's fine. He's looking for something right now. And every once in a while, he'll look back and check on me to see where I am. That's a really good habit to do, or have. And you can see he's always checks his air, see how much air he's using, and his depth when he has to come up. He's checking away. He'll find a target shortly, and it's quite funny because he started digging for it, and he was there for like about 4 minutes. He made a huge hole, and I had to stop him, say, "Okay, Max, enough," because once you start digging for something, you really can't help stopping. You just want to find out what it is, and you end up with a huge hole. But I eventually had to stop him. I think we were clouding up the whole bay there, trying to just find that one little object. I tapped on his shoulder and says, "Okay, let's move on." You can see how he's sort of pulling the sand towards him. It helps clear the area, see better. I'm in there quite close so you can see it. I eventually tell him to move on. Metal detecting is very different underwater than it is on the surface. Oh, we're moving along a little bit. Crab, he was looking at us. Maxwell said he was looking at it, and he took off and started racing along the bottom. This is a interesting thing that happens when you're diving. You come across a lodge of vegetation, and it's not in the shallow end and not in the deeper part. It's sort of in between at around 30, 40 feet. And that's because there's enough light to grow, but it's not shallow where it gets pushed around and shoved by people coming and going on the shore. And also, yeah, we've surfaced here right now. The tide moving in and out with the waves. So, as you hear, I found a seal came by. And Max didn't see it, but a sea lion actually came by, which for me is unusual. I've never seen a sea lion in the water. We were at about 45 feet, and the seal came by. Max was kind of irritated that he didn't get to see it. He was busy metal detecting, but it was pretty cool. And there's some other divers off to the right there. I don't see just to the right of Max. They see the sea lions tend to. When I got back to the shop, there's one male sea lion that has a habit of going over to the divers and pulling their hood off. I guess it's just for fun, watching them jump around, trying to get their masks back on. But he sneaks up and he pulls your hood off. Even seals have a sense of humor. So that's my pressure gauge. As you can see, I have about 1,500, and Max is 1,100 psi. I have a bit more air than him because I breathe those. We're on a decompression stop, so Max decided to do a selfie. Of course, we're on an angle, so I kind of fixed it for him. And we're waving at the camera. And look back, this is an Apple Watch Ultra. It is designed for scuba diving, and there's an app that you actually pay for full scuba diving features. It's counting down right now. It says we're at 19 feet, and Max has here a minute on his, or sorry, it's 19 feet, and he has got 1 minute left and 14 minutes at that depth. But he has to come up. Mine's just about done here, and then we'll move on. 3, 2, 1, 0. And you'll see it says safety cleared, so I'm good, and I can continue on with my dive going back to the surface. We didn't shoot up quickly. It was sort of I clipped the video. This is the end, basically. Sun was going down. We were in the water for about an hour and 15 minutes underwater dives. It was absolutely beautiful. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
That was awesome. Ooh.